we go. Time for the terrible twos.
And now it's time for the bottom line. Ryan loves to not make a clean transition, so it's difficult for me to cut it out. So
apparently nothing I do is
cut
clean anymore.
Out. Nope.
Anyway, it's the final two questions of the show, the two most important questions, and they go a little something like this in order. Question number 1, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg. This is going to be a toughie. What would you give on a scale of 1 to 10 to this first episode of Hot in Cleveland, episode number 1, entitled Pilot?
So if I'm going to go from 1 to 10, initially I would have given it a 1.
Wow.
But then Betty White shows up and her performance is a 10. So it's got to be an even 5. Straight down the middle.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Based only on the performance of Betty White, brought up from a 1.
All right. Kat, what about you? Your thoughts? Scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this first episode?
Without Betty White, a 2. With Betty White, a 4.2.
Ah.
That averages out to be a 3.1. But you give whatever you want. That was just an average.
Well, it does have Betty White, so.
Yeah, I say 4.2.
4.2.
No, 3.8. 3.8.
3.8. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, I liked it. I can't use the word like. I didn't dislike it as I expected to. Well, I expected to dislike it. I expected to not care about the characters or find any of it funny. And it was okay. It moved forward, past that. And again, the humor was dated, but I was very happy with the premise. And I thought it was a very good show premise. And so if they iron out the kinks, which, I mean, let's be honest, first episode of a comedy, sometimes it takes 2 seasons for a comedy to be good. Some of the best ones like Cheers or Seinfeld took a couple seasons before they got good, but that's no excuse for a first season. Basically, yes, I was very impressed with Betty White, not just with how funny she was, but just how very smart and alert she was and good at acting she was for 88. I'm giving it a 7.3.
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
It's a 7.3 from me because of the premise. The humor needs to get better, but I was fine with it. The humor was dated, and there are a couple things where I'm like, this shit would have gotten canceled in 2022. There are a couple
but the
jokes.
Golden Girls humor is dated too, but it's still funny.
I mean, dated in a more offensive way. There are a couple jokes in there that I was like, ooh, that shit would not fly. I'm like, this was only 12 years ago. That would not fly right now. Maybe in middle America, they're like, calm down. It's funny. But, anyway, it was dated, but I think it's fine as far as the premise and as far as the acting and as far as the delivery were concerned. So 7.2 for me. But the real question is, for the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of Hot in Cleveland. But now that the podcast is over and you're free to move about the internet, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, would you watch the second episode?
There is not a snowball's chance in hell.
So it doesn't have that chance. So what chance does it have?
0 chance. As it has about as much as a chance as a snowball has in hell. And I'm not talking about the lowest level of hell where Satan is stuck in a frozen lake. I'm talking about the top levels of hell where it's all fire and brimstone.
Michael is all fire and brimstone today. Kat, your
Kat
sunshine and roses. Would you watch the second?
Niet.
Yet she would not.
Yeah.
No.
Ryan knows a little Russian and he knows what that means.
I know little Russians, big Russians. No chance. Not even close.
No.
Not even close.
She gave it a 3.8, Ryan. At least I give it a 5. And I
almost gave it a 4.2, which Josh will tell you if you give it a 4, you don't like it, but a 4.2, yes.
No.
All right. Anyway, a spoiler. I would watch the second episode. Just kidding. Come on. I would not watch.
I know Curtis, man.
I know. So, and everybody that wants to know, why do they always say I know Curtis? It's from Cheech and Chong, by the way. Check out if you like Cheech and Chong, he goes, yeah, I know Curtis, man. Great inside joke. Great stuff. Anyway,
now it's not an inside joke. Everybody knows it now because you just ruined it.
They won't understand when it applies and what it necessarily means unless they've seen the show. Anyway, no, I would not, but I am extremely curious about the people that have watched a lot of it and do like it or have watched all the seasons. What's the deal? Does it just get better? Is it just for a different demographic? Is it for middle America, for older people?
Is there just nothing else on TV?
Mm-hmm. It's very curious, very interesting. Anyway, it's 3 no's. We got to move on. But please, if you'd like us to review a show, in the comments below, just tell us WTF Wings or WTF Golden State Warriors basketball, or WTF WWF SmackDown.
I am not going to watch like a 2-hour basketball game or 3-hour, however long they are.
The first basketball game ever televised, though.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. How long was that?
2.5 hours.
No, I'm not going to watch that.
So anyway, just say WTF.
I'd rather watch the Beatles get back.
Yeah, whatever show you want us to watch in the comments below, and we will probably do it. Anyway, until next time, thank you very much for joining us. Kat, you are amazing. Check out her goodies in the description box below. And remember what Mr. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg always likes to say as soon as I'm done saying to like and subscribe and comment below.
Don't forget to register to be an organ donor with donatelife.com or net or org. I forget what it is, but just type in Donate Life and then go there and enter your information to register to be an organ donor. And after you do that, but only after, then don't forget to watch the first of things.
All right. We forgot. It's time for the freeze frame. Let's all be a character.
No, I didn't forget that because we don't do that. I mean, Ryan always likes to like pretend that we do a freeze frame, but then I keep talking through it and moving my head and making sure that we can't freeze frame this because we don't do that.